New bike. So the other day I noticed I ticked over 5,000 subscribers, so thank you for that. And I kind of might have used it as an excuse to purchase a new bike. And I've had my eye on one of these since I originally saw them on eBay, and then did my research into them. And for those who don't know, this is a Kirk Revolution mountain bike. It's from the early 90s, and their reputation is hit and miss. They didn't last. They tried to be sort of revolutionary as per the name, but ultimately they didn't take off. The technology that they used didn't really work. Are you cold? So yeah, this is the Kirk Revolution. I've seen a few of them before, but this is the first one that I just decided to take the chance on. It is the middle range bike. They came in 3 tiers, with a 200 GS group set, a 400 LX group set, and a DX group set. So this is the middle of the road bike. And there's a few other differences. The top of the range had Reynolds 531 forks and alloy bars, a different saddle and different rims. This one has chromo forks, chromo bars, and the lower spec had steel bars and I think just slightly different tyres and saddle. But yeah, let's have a closer look. So as you can no doubt see, the frame is not steel. It's a magnesium alloy. It's a British company, British made. I got the stats here. It was marketed by Deore, apparently sold in Halfords, and it's a cast magnesium frame. Apparently 1.5 cubic meters of seawater was used to produce the frame, and it was actually cast in 40 milliseconds at 650 degrees Celsius under 650 tons of pressure. And from what I understand, it was actually a one-size-fits-all kind of frame. So they used one frame, one cast, to do all the frames. And yeah, that was the technology they tried to introduce at the time. The good news is the frame doesn't rust. The bad news is, containing magnesium, it could be kind of flammable. I was doing my research and someone somewhere says they heard a rumour or something that their bike did set on fire. I'm not sure how true that is, but the main thing about these frames, or the main complaint, and possibly the reason they didn't continue, is that they were so stiff that they ended up cracking, or beginning to flex because they were cracking, and ended up failing. So to find this one still in one piece is kind of rare. The bikes do pop up on eBay. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 on eBay listed at a time, so they are still around. Condition wise, they're probably not so good. Finding one in good condition is going to cost you a few quid. This one cost me 65, but it is original and I am going to upgrade it, but I've got to give it a really good check over to see if it is cracked, see if there's any fatigue lines in the paint. But underneath all this dirt, I think I can actually see some metallic paint, which I'm going to give a good clean up, and hopefully it will come up. But while I'm pointing here, actually, the obviously front derailleur hanger is actually not a typical one, so while I was planning on upgrading everything, and I am going to upgrade stuff, I can't upgrade this front derailleur 'cause it seems to be specific. This light today is pretty harsh, but at the back, mine, I'm pretty sure this bike is the middle road one, so it should have a 400 LX rear derailleur, but this one's actually got the Deore LX, the M500, which I'm hoping is in good condition. But also you might be able to see this actually has a detachable derailleur hanger, which wasn't normally standard on bikes at the time. On the KHS, the Diamondbacks that I've got, the Rockhoppers, they're all solid, integrated into the frame. They're not detachable like this one. I'm not sure how many bikes a removable derailleur hanger were on. Maybe someone can point that out, but it's a nice little feature. Whether you can still get the parts, I doubt it. Right, but as you can see, this bike has actually been left outside for a pretty long time. The guy I bought it off says he bought it second hand in the mid-90s, and for the last few years, he didn't specify, it has literally just been left out in the garden. So the tyres have got a lot of green mould over, the forks have a lot of rusty dirt over, which I'm guessing has leaked from the headset, so I hope that looks good. I'm not sure. Yeah, the bars are going to need replacing, the stem's going to need replacing. I'm actually looking at replacing quite a lot of stuff on this. The wheel set maybe not, but the rest of it, yeah, it's going to need a lot of work, but we're gonna upgrade it. So this is the driving seat up here. SRP, no idea what that stands for. I know RSP is Rally Special Products, but SRP, no idea. But I'm thinking changing this stem, because it's so rusted, out for a Gervin. I'm going to change the bars out for some alloy bars. Looking at the catalogue that I found, they should have possibly been pink originally, so I'm not sure if they've been changed. There is a little pink scratch here, so I don't know if they've been painted. But I'll change the bars anyway because they're steel and they're kind of rusted. These are the kind of same, they're almost the same as the LX, the Deore LX shifters and brake levers that I've got on the Diamondback, the Apex. Whether they work or not, who knows. Nah. They need to be cleaned out, they're all going to be seized. But like I say, everything is going to be replaced. I've actually got some Deore XT stuff to go on. It's obviously had a lot of abuse over the years. As you can see, the one thing that might work, that I think does worry me, is the headset. Looking at the rust that's come out from underneath. The bearings in here are probably going to be rusted solid. I mean, the bars still turn. I can't feel any grinding, but we'll see. And of course, one thing to check on any bike you're buying is the seat post. It's obviously got a clamp, a removable clamp up top, but the seat post, does it move? Yes. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, seat post moves. So I can take out that stem, that seat post, not stem, clean it up and give it a go. Obviously the magnesium alloy frame doesn't react with the alloy stem as a steel frame would, because that is awesome. I hate dealing with C stems. My little helper's still here. She's still watching me all the time, trying to sneak in the garage. I actually locked her in the garage the other day because she snuck in. She always watches. Right, okay, well, I've cleaned the frame quickly, and I haven't noticed any cracks, but I have noticed one thing. Oh, sorry, I burped halfway through that. One thing in particular. No, it's not that the tyres are worn, although they do still pump up. It's that when I was rubbing my finger across it, The rims are very worn, very worn. There's a... I'm not going to... Can I show this? Hang on. Ooh, that's a nice shot. You can kind of see it there. There's a lip at the bottom. That just shows how much braking has been done on this bike, using this bike. So while I was cleaning the front rim, I noticed that, and I figured they were going to have to be replaced. But after breaking the chain and freeing up the rear wheel, I realised it didn't actually spin all the way around, and found out the rim has actually collapsed when I pumped the tyre up. So that's how worn these rims were. The tyre was the metal surface was so thin in this section, it collapsed with the pressure of the tyre, and they're only 30 psi. So yeah, rims are no good. So it's going to need new tyres. It's going to need new rims at least. The wheel set will probably be replaced now with a Deore XT. So that's an added cost. But at least we found it out now, and it didn't like hide it until like it started riding and then it collapsed. So at least it failed now rather than later. But obviously that's something to look out for when you're checking these old bikes, is the wear on the rim. I mean, you can feel it when you run your finger over. You can put a flat steel ruler up against it and see how much of a concave there is. But yeah, shame, but gives me excuse for more XT now. I'm not sure how well this is going to pick it up, but you can see the frame. I can see at least. The frame is a metallic colour. It should be metallic black. It looks more of a metallic grey at the moment, so once I get it stripped down, I'll give it a real good polish and see what colour it comes up like. Like I say though, the plans are to go XT. Whether you think that's a waste or not, I don't know. But I've managed to pick up these components for XT so far for very cheap. I've got these shifters, a pair of these shifters. These are the STM092s, 3x7. I believe they're probably seized, so I'll just strip them down, clean them up, re-grease them and touch up the worn parts. I've got the Deore XT rear mech to go on. Again, this needs a huge clean, but it was listed on eBay. It wasn't listed as XT, I think, so I managed to find it and grab it for only a few pounds. Probably change the pulleys on there, and it's got a outer ferrule stuck in the adjuster, but it looks pretty decent. That's an M735, and I've got the chain set to match. Again, this was not listed as XT, it was just listed as a Shimano chain set, but two and two together from the same seller, this was going to be XT, and it's an M730, and that looks in good condition. It's got a lot of dirt on, but it looks like it's got good wear on the teeth. These square slots look good, so that'll go on nicely. And I do have the front derailleur, but obviously I can't use that with this because of the special derailleur on there. So all I'm looking for now is the XT brakes, the XT wheel set, maybe XT pedals as well, and I guess maybe, I'm not sure if you can find them, the XT headset, but I'm going to put a Gervin flex stem on there. I'm going to put alloy bars, obviously change all the chain and cables and cassette and all that, and if I can, I would love to put some Gervin vector forks on there. I don't know if they're going to fit. I don't know if I can find a set because they're super rare and super expensive, but I mean the magnesium alloy frame, the sort of revolutionary, in quotation marks, technology of the frame, combined with the strange design of the Gervin vector forks would look quite nice, I think. I hope this video is not going to be windy again. I just can't get the exposure right on this, like the light is so harsh. But the cat is requesting me to go inside now because she's cold. I'm gonna start stripping this bike down now, get it all cleaned up, but I'm gonna leave that for another video because I need to source those extra XT parts now. But yeah, I just really like the look of this bike. It's a British design, British built, and I just thought it would be nice to have in the collection regardless of what the reviews are of the bike itself. I mean, I just keep on seeing that they failed, so it's probably not going to be a bike that I ride much. It's going to be one that's just going to go in the collection, and yeah, there's Torv. She'll inspect it a bit for me as well. And yeah, but anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. Yeah, hope you like the plans, hope you like the bike. Thank you for the 5k. Hopefully there's more to come, and keep an eye out for the rest of this because I'm excited to see how it turns out. I think it should be a nice bike once it's all together and upgraded, so stick around for that. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube malarkey, and I'll catch you in the next video.